Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to tell you a story that begins in the most ordinary way, in a crowded city where millions of lives crossed paths every single day without ever truly seeing each other, and yet, in this endless movement, one small moment of kindness quietly waited to change a life forever. There once lived a man named Ariv. He was not rich, not famous, not powerful. He was simply one more face in the crowd, waking up early every morning, riding a crowded bus, and working long hours at a small printing shop. His life had become a routine of survival. Bills, responsibilities, stress, disappointment. He had dreams once, big dreams, but over the years they had faded, worn down by failures and setbacks. Ariv believed the world was unfair. He had tried to be honest, tried to work hard, yet success always seemed to go to others. Slowly, bitterness crept into his heart. He stopped smiling at strangers. He stopped believing in people. He stopped believing in himself. One rainy evening, after a long exhausting day, Ariv left his workplace later than usual. The streets were wet, the traffic loud, the sky heavy with clouds. He walked toward the bus stop, his mind filled with worries. Rent was due. His mother's medicine was expensive. His salary was late again. He felt tired, empty, and invisible. As he waited at the bus stop, he noticed an old man sitting on the bench nearby. The man looked weak, his clothes soaked, his hands trembling as he tried to hold an umbrella that kept turning inside out in the wind. People passed by without a glance. Some looked annoyed. Some avoided eye contact. To them, he was just another burden of the city. At first, Ariv ignored him too. He stared at the road, checking his phone, counting minutes. He told himself he had enough problems of his own. Helping others would only slow him down. But then, something happened. The old man tried to stand, lost his balance, and nearly fell onto the wet pavement. For a second, time seemed to slow. Ariv felt a strange pull inside his chest. A voice within whispered, "Do something." He hesitated. Helping would mean getting wet. It would mean missing his bus. It would mean involving himself in a stranger's problem. And yet, he moved. He stepped forward, held the old man's arm, and gently helped him back onto the bench. He adjusted the broken umbrella, then realized it was useless. Without thinking much, Ariv took off his own jacket and placed it over the old man's shoulders. The old man looked up, surprised. His eyes were tired but kind. "Thank you, son," he said softly. Ariv nodded, unsure why he felt slightly embarrassed. He was about to step back when he noticed the old man's bag lying open on the ground, its contents scattered by the wind. Papers, a small notebook, some coins. Ariv kneeled and helped gather everything. While doing so, he noticed something written on the first page of the notebook. It read, "Today I will try again." Those words struck him deeply. Try again. After so many failures, someone still choosing to try again. He handed the bag back and asked, "Are you going somewhere far?" The old man smiled weakly. "I'm trying to reach my grandson's place. But I think I may have taken the wrong bus earlier. Now I'm lost." Ariv looked at the rain, the empty road, and then at the old man. Without planning it, he said, "Where does he live?" After hearing the address, Ariv realized it was not close. Helping would mean missing his bus and walking in the rain. His phone buzzed with a message from his supervisor reminding him of a task for tomorrow. Life was already heavy. But still, he said, "Come, I'll walk you to the next stop and help you find the right bus." The old man's eyes filled with tears. "You are very kind," he whispered. As they walked slowly through the rain, they talked. The old man shared that he had once been a teacher. That he had lost his wife years ago, that he now lived alone and sometimes forgot directions. Ariv listened quietly. For the first time in months, he felt connected to someone. When they finally reached the right bus stop, Ariv waited with him until the bus arrived. He helped him aboard, gave him back his jacket, and made sure he was seated safely. Before the bus doors closed, the old man held Ariv's hand and said, "Kindness always returns, son. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it always returns." Ariv smiled politely, not fully believing it. Life had taught him otherwise. He walked home in the rain, cold and tired, but strangely lighter inside. That night, as he lay in bed, he kept thinking about the old man and those words written in the notebook. "Today I will try again." The next morning, Ariv woke up earlier than usual. Something had shifted inside him. He didn't know what it was, but the heaviness felt slightly less. On his way to work, he noticed small things he usually ignored: the sunlight reflecting on puddles, a child laughing, a street musician playing softly. At the shop, his supervisor unexpectedly asked him to help with an important order. Ariv worked carefully, patiently, giving his best. For once, he didn't rush, didn't complain. Later that week, the shop owner announced that a new supervisor position would soon open. Ariv didn't think much of it. Promotions never came to him. Days turned into weeks. Life continued. But something else changed too. Ariv started helping more, small things. Holding doors open. Giving directions. Smiling at strangers. Listening when someone spoke. One evening, as he left work, he noticed a young boy struggling to fix a bicycle chain. Ariv stopped, helped him, and taught him how to do it himself. The boy thanked him with a bright smile. Another day, he helped a colleague complete a difficult design, even though it wasn't his responsibility. The colleague later spoke highly of him to the owner. Slowly, without realizing it, Ariv was building something invisible: trust, respect, goodwill. 1 month later, something unexpected happened. The shop owner called him into the office. Ariv's heart pounded, expecting criticism. Instead, the owner said, "I've been hearing good things about you. Customers are satisfied, co-workers appreciate you, and your work quality has improved a lot. We are considering you for the supervisor position." Ariv was stunned. He walked out of the office in disbelief. For the first time in years, hope sparkled again. That night, as he walked home, he suddenly remembered the old man and his words. Kindness always returns. But the story did not end there. A few weeks later, Ariv received news that changed everything. The printing shop was selected for a large government contract. The owner needed someone trustworthy to manage part of the project. Ariv was chosen. With this role came a significant raise, enough to ease his financial burdens and pay for his mother's treatment comfortably. His life began to transform. Not suddenly, not magically, but steadily. Confidence returned. Dreams awakened. One evening, months later, as Ariv walked through the same street where he had met the old man, he saw a familiar figure sitting on the bench, this time in dry clothes, holding a warm cup of tea. It was the old man. Ariv's heart jumped. He approached him with a smile. "You may not remember me," he said, "but I helped you one rainy evening." The old man looked up, studied his face, and then smiled warmly. "Ah, the young man with the kind eyes. Of course I remember." They sat together and talked. The old man shared that he was now living with his grandson, healthier and happier. Then, he said something surprising. "My grandson works at the same office that gave your shop the contract," he said. "He told me about a young supervisor who was honest, hardworking, and kind. I had a feeling it was you." Ariv was speechless. The old man smiled. "You see, son, that night you did not only help an old man. You reminded yourself who you truly are." Ariv felt tears in his eyes. From that day on, he never doubted the power of kindness again. Years passed. Ariv grew in his career. He eventually started his own small business. He hired people who needed second chances. He supported young students. He treated everyone with respect, no matter their position. Whenever someone asked him the secret of his success, he never spoke about strategies or luck. He simply said, "One day, I chose to be kind when it was inconvenient." And this is the truth we often forget. Life is not only shaped by big decisions. It is shaped by small moments, by simple choices, by quiet acts of compassion that no one applauds. Karma does not always return in the same form. Sometimes it returns as opportunities. Sometimes as strength. Sometimes as peace. Sometimes as the right person appearing at the right time. Every person you meet is fighting a battle you cannot see. A kind word can save a heart. A helping hand can change a future. Maybe today, someone near you is silently hoping for help. Maybe your one small act can become the turning point of someone's life. Or maybe, just maybe, it will become the turning point of your own. So the next time you are tired, busy, or discouraged, remember this story. Remember that kindness is never wasted. It travels through time, through people, through destiny, and one day, when you least expect it, it finds its way back to you. Because in this world, compassion is not weakness. It is power. And sometimes, one simple act of kindness is all it takes to change a life forever.